Well, being recognized by your peers is probably the greatest honor that you can get in any profession. You know, in the entertainment industry, it's the Oscar or the Emmy, but you know, in our profession, this is pretty much the Oscar for Best Actor, if you will, and so it's an amazing experience. But I also know that, you know, the gentleman who brought me into this profession, J. Carroll Bateman, for whom the Bateman competition is named, won this award, I believe it was 1968, which was 3 years before he hired me into this profession. And I think I always had in the back of my mind, you know, what an incredible gift he made to the profession, and I've tried to emulate that, I think, and this at least validates the efforts that I've made over the years. You can't around a corner here without hearing somebody talking about social media and how it's going to change the world. I think it's going to expand our world, but I've been encouraging, especially the younger people, to understand that it's not the panacea. It's not going to change what we basically do, which is manage change within our organizations and research the environment around us and be able to think and elucidate those points of impact for our organizations. How we communicate that has changed drastically since I started in this profession. We were still banging on IBM typewriters. And then the computer came, and it was going to change the world for public relations. It didn't, but it certainly made our job easier. And this is yet another step in the evolution of being able to communicate one-on-one with people and all over the world. And I think it's a wonderful thing. But I think we need to not let it get in the way of understanding that our profession makes small steps forward, not giant leaps for the most part. Well, they're bright and they're excited about our profession, which I think is wonderful. They see opportunities that perhaps those of us who have been around a while don't. And I think it's incumbent upon us to instill in them the history that we know about and how we got to where we are. Because I think if they understand how we got to this point, perhaps they won't make some of the mistakes that we made. And that's the biggest challenge for them, is to learn and understand where they came from and how they're going to get where they're going. I told some of them yesterday, you know, you need to have a plan. You need to have a personal business plan for your career. And you need to look at opportunities, not just, I need a job, but you know, if you've got your plan, you can look at your plan, you can look at the opportunity, and you can determine, is this the right place for me to be? And it's something as simple as, you know, taking a piece of paper and writing down on one side, these are the things I'm good at and what I like to do, and these are the things I'm not good at and I don't particularly like to do. That makes a great cross-reference check when you're looking at job opportunities, because if they're expecting you to do things that you hate to do, you probably need to be somebody else. Well, I have been professing for the last 5 years that we need to think about ourselves differently. You know, we have historically, and a lot of our discussions here at the conference have been about, you know, are we communicators, are we public relations people? And I suggest that what we really are and need to be are change agents. We need to think of ourselves as change managers within our organizations. We need to look at the environment and the changes that are going on with our organizations or individuals or associations, and be able to counsel management about those changes and how we communicate those changes to others. Others being externally, internally, suppliers, manufacturers, others that we work with, government agencies. Yes, we need every communications tool we can lay our hands on, but we need to think of ourselves not as communications delivery devices, but as counselors in change management that can help the organization deal with those constant changes.